Hi, I'm Kim Kiyosaki, also known as the Queen of Cash Flow, and thank you for joining us for another segment of Keys to the Cash Flow game. And today we're going to talk about how you get out of the rat race onto the fast track using debt. Now, for a lot of people, debt is a four-letter word. Oh my God, I want to get out of debt. I want to get out of debt. Well, there's good debt and there's bad debt. And most people, all we know is bad debt. And bad debt is debt that keeps you poor. It could be the mortgage on your personal house that you personally have to pay for out of your pocket, or a car loan that you're driving every day to and from work. You have to pay for that. Credit cards, family vacations, things like that. That's all bad debt because you personally have to pay for it. Good debt, on the other hand, is debt that makes you rich. And in the cash flow game, we use good debt to get out of the rat race and onto the fast track. So what's good debt? Good debt is debt that you use to buy rental property that gives you a good cash flow. Good debt is debt that you invest in your business, and by growing your business, that money returns money to you. That's good debt. So people get very fearful of the word debt, but we're going to kind of shift your mind a little bit here, where you can see debt as actually something to use in a very positive way to become rich, to become wealthy, to get out of the day-to-day rat race. So now I want to share a secret with you, and it's a very important secret. And this is the formula we all use, a very simple formula when looking at a rental cash flowing property. Before we buy the property, this is the formula that we all look at to determine whether we want to purchase it or not purchase it. And here's the formula. You start with income. Income is very simply rent. Whether it's a single family house, a multi-unit apartment building, the rents that you are collecting, that's income. Then you have less expenses. And your expenses are things that you use every day to run the property. Utilities, maintenance, upkeep, insurance, taxes, those are all part of expenses. Now, income minus expenses equals what we call NOI, net operating income. Now, why is that so important? Net operating income is a really important part of this formula because when a lender is looking at whether to lend you money, because we're going to get into the debt part, they look at the NOI. And if it's a good NOI, they're going to be more interested in lending you money. And that's also the number they use to determine how much money they're going to lend you. So income minus expenses equals net operating income. Then the big number here, minus your debt. So debt is a really important part of the equation because the amount of debt you have can make or break a good cash flow deal. So the question you want to ask about debt is, what are the best terms I can get on my debt? What is the interest rate? What's the term of the loan? How much money do I want to borrow? Because the last line of this simple equation is, of course, cash flow. Now, can a property have a negative cash flow? Yes, it can. And can a property have a positive cash flow? Absolutely. Which would you prefer? Positive cash flow or a negative cash flow? We want as many positive cash flowing rental properties as we can possibly get, because that is one of the key ways to get out of the rat race and onto the fast track. And this is the simple formula that all of us use when determining whether to move forward with a rental cash flowing property. So how do we use debt in the cash flow board game? Well, in the cash flow game, you have these cards, small deals and big deals. And the debt will show up on real estate deals and business deals. So for example, here's a condo for sale, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's got an ROI, return on investment, of 24%. So here's how it's calculated. The cost of this property is $50,000. So you're going to pay a down payment of $5,000. That means $5,000 is going to come out of your pocket. So $50,000 cost, $5,000 out of your pocket. You have a mortgage of $45,000. Okay, that's your debt. And this is why it's good debt, because that debt is going to give you a positive cash flow after you collect the rents, the income, you pay the expenses, and you pay that debt. Then you're going to have a positive cash flow of $100. Okay? This is an example of good debt. This is you spending money and getting money in return. So let me make a point here, because this question comes up a lot when we're playing cash flow. And people say, well, where do I put the debt on my financial statement? In our cards, in small deals and big deals, the debt, the mortgage, the loan is already calculated into the number. So you don't have to worry about figuring out that calculation. It's already done for you. But I just want to point out that this is where the mortgage, the loan, the debt, the good debt shows up in the cash flow game. So one of the main purposes for playing the cash flow game is to change your mindset around some of the concepts of money and investing. So I trust that as you play this game more and more, you can understand how debt can be a very good and positive thing to use to get out of the rat race and onto the fast track. So please play the game often. Play with friends, play with family. Use the language of money, understand the different strategies of investing and the financial statement, and harness the power, learn the power of good debt so you have your money working hard for you so you don't have to be working hard for your money. Thank you very much. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell for further updates. And if you'd like to find or join a cash flow club, please click on the link below.